everyone. I'm Matt Blanchette of Blanchette Homes, and this is another episode of Applied History. Today we are joined once again by Matt Diana of Matt Diana House Right. Hi, Matt.
How you doing?
Matt's coming back to us for our second time, repeat interview. Last time we were in Boxford talking about framing a barn. Today we're going to be talking about joinery in a clever episode we're calling Making Ends Meet. You'll find out why in a second. Matt Diana does everything from framing to finish work, and we're really happy to have you with us. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So like we said, we were talking last time about timber framing. Today we're going to be talking about joinery. Can you start by just telling us about what a joiner did back in the day? And we're not talking no T, just right. Joiner.
Joiner, not a jointer.
So what's a joiner?
Joiner, yeah. So a joiner, his job is to, join all the wood together. And essentially, in today's world, he'd be the finished carpenter. So last time we did the timber framing, we're putting up the frame, the skeleton, and now the joiner comes along and puts on all the finish. That could be exterior or interior.
Cool. And you have some examples here.
Yeah. So that could be everything from making doors, making windows, making the staircase,
cool.
Everything that involves the finished carpentry.
So it's really wherever you see two pieces of wood come together, the way they fit together is what the joiner's job was.
Yeah.
So
correct.
I think this is a great example. What are these right here?
Yeah, so these are little sample joints, the mortise and tenon.
Okay.
You might remember from the timber frame.
Yep.
So it's just a smaller scale. So
yep.
we have the tenon and the mortise.
Yep.
And this is a sample of what would be the corner of a door.
There you go.
So two pieces go together, and they have a little molded edge.
Hence the name Making Ends Meet. So a joiner did all of these things, but for this episode today, what we're about to get into, we're going to focus on molding. So where was molding used in the house primarily?
Primarily the moldings were used around doors, around windows, fireplaces, wall paneling, things like that. You'll see it even on the staircases under the treads.
Nice.
Here's
a panache, there's a finish, and the thing I like about molding is that it's a great way to date a period of the house.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So what do we have right here?
Yeah, moldings are a great indication of the age. So I have 4 groups of moldings here, just for a general time frame in the history of America.
Yeah.
So from the beginning, 1600s, a lot more of embellishment on the timbers themselves.
Yeah.
And we get into the Georgian period, which is 1730s through, call it 1790s.
Okay.
And that's when they really started to spruce up the house.
Cool.
And so you'll see profiles that...
So this is first period?
This is Georgian.
Georgian, so this is 1730 to late 1700s?
Yep.
And can we get a close-up on that? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you can, see that. So tell us what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so this is called an OG is the actual word.
Okay.
It comes from Roman architecture.
Yeah.
And it's a little more on the simplistic side once you see some of the other ones.
Okay.
But just a basic profile.
Cool.
Kind of spruce things up.
So this is a little bit simpler, and this is the OG style, and that's a Georgian period.
Yep.
Cool. What do we have next?
So right about, the 1800, 1790, 1800, we had a period called the Federal period. And just like today, trying to keep up with styles, a lot of this came from England, the Federal period just spruced it up a little more.
Okay.
So now you start looking at these profiles, they have maybe an extra bead.
What is the term belection?
Belection. A belection molding is a molding that goes around the fireplace opening.
Okay.
Which I have some samples.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Just something I've heard in the past.
Yeah. So you can see here's two band moldings, Georgian and Federal. See the Federal one's got a little more.
So you see an extra flute, and it's a little bit more pronounced.
Yeah, a little more detail in it.
Cool.
And you'll notice that even in the window, these are window muntins. So the Georgian one was kind of fat and square, and now we're getting a little more streamlined, a little thinner.
And that's because of progression of tools?
More progressive style.
Style.
Really. Okay. Similar tools make these things. Just people got to keep up with the
times. I can't wait to get into it. All right. And so what's the next one?
Yep. So Federal period was fairly short. That went to about 1820. So we're talking 1820 through call it 1860s.
Okay.
Called the Greek Revival.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of colonial revival, things like that.
Yeah.
So hence a lot of Greek style moldings.
Yeah.
What this
I'll
does.
show the camera.
It kind of takes all those Georgian moldings and elongates them.
Okay.
So you might see, something like this. So similar to that, just a little wider.
Yeah. Okay.
So kind of a general elongation of the molding.
Okay. Everything's taller. You see that in the houses too. The windows are getting taller. Everything's getting longer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then what's this last one here?
Yep. So once we get out of the Greek Revival, we kind
This is the longest. This takes the cake right here. This is, in case there's any question.
Yeah.
Victorian's taking it home.
Victorian.
So there's a lot of fluted action here. What else is happening?
Yeah, you have all kinds of OGs and fillets and.
I think it's fun how this one you see like every generation.
Yeah.
It's all in one. It's not kind of all collected.
All
Yeah.
And this one's particularly fancy.
Yeah.
But Victorian houses, they're kind of, like the gingerbread
you can imagine this in like a grand room or something, and just makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And that was probably more ornate than most, but it's just an example of.
We'll try to cut to a picture of that if we have it in the budget. And this is last but not least.
Just another. So I have a lot of band molding samples.
Okay.
They're all band moldings, so you can see that one's just got a few more details on there.
Cool. And I can feel the difference in the wood style, which I know we're going to get into in later episodes. You're going to be telling us about how we can preserve, restore, and if we need to, reproduce all these kinds of moldings. So we have a lot in store for you guys. Stay tuned for our next episode. Matt, thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time.
No problem.
Bye, guys.